Staff is tired. No. Gotta keep the meme.
Welcome to Staffcast, number 2.
Oh, yes? Good shit.
It actually is.
No, you're right. Thanks. No, you're right.
But, okay, so it's been an interesting week for comics.
That's the way to put it.
So we recently picked up DCeased, and I got this pretty sick variant.
Yeah.
Of it. You'll Die Too. But, so, just when you think Blackest Night couldn't have
Yeah, it couldn't have got weirder. It turns into technological fucking zombieism through phones.
So,
Your Instagram gave you zombie disease.
like, Cyborg got, like, cyber herpes.
Essentially, yeah. Like, it's one of those things that, like, 100%, when we describe it to you, you're gonna go, fucking hell, that sounds stupid. But when you read it, it's still stupid, but it's good. It's one of those things where it's like, it's a real testament to the... What's the concept for film? When you just let something go to enjoy what you're watching? Suspension of disbelief. Like, you have to bring in your suspension of disbelief just to go...
Just go in with a
very open mind and imagine a mixture of DC, 28 Days Later,
Marvel
with
Comics.
a little pinch of the Terminator in there, just because technology's involved.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of like DC's answer to Marvel Zombies, but I'm not even mad.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, it had to happen eventually, because zombies are so...
Popular again.
Not even popular, like, I know it's a fucking pun, and that's usually him, but it's so contagious as in popular media, because there's so many different, like, it's in every media you'll find one massive example of zombie culture, like video gaming, Left 4 Dead obviously, and then in recent days, the World War Z game that just came out, and Days Gone By, which the one with the smaller budget was better for once, which is awesome. And then, obviously, like, in terms of books, there's World War Z, the actual book itself, and, you know, Darren Shan has
The Walking Dead.
there's like the Walking Dead comics, and then in terms of film, you know, 28 Days Later, you know,
well,
Night of the Dead.
they're
Shut up!
infected than zombies because they run.
See, these are the kind of people that we want to punch in the face. Stop. You're not killed. Just stop. But no, like, it's one of those things where I think if they didn't at some point do some sort of zombie thing, I would be kind of confused why they didn't.
Yeah, I mean, well, they had Blackest Night, but that wasn't even... Yeah. I mean, it was a zombie story, but that was more of a conventional zombie story, because, like, the original idea for zombies was that, like, warlocks would raise...
Yeah, like voodoo and that kind of shit, where they were just actually, rather than being dead, they were just people under...
They were thralls, they were like Skyrim zombies.
Yeah, exactly, Skyrim zombies, where it's a thing of...
The best way to put it is, the original idea for zombies is like Skyrim, Draugrs
and voodoo, magic and that kind of shit, which I think that's way more interesting than just a disease, because disease, it's like a nameless, faceless thing you can't really put blame to. When some asshole does it, it's like...
I don't really mind the whole disease thing, because they're kind of adapting it for modern audiences.
Oh no, like
George A. Romero, obviously. He created the modern zombie.
Modern zombie, yeah. But I think it's a thing where both are great. I just think in terms of a thing where it's like, because zombies are such a nameless, faceless, they just go and go and go. It would be cool if they kind of used the idea of someone just making them more, because then it'd be a thing of not just being a thing of we have to fight this disease, it's we have to fight this asshole who keeps making more of these things. You know what I mean? Because at least then it'd be like, I think with like the Walking Dead series, I think that's why some people got burned out on it, because it's like for 90% of it, it's survive, let's just kill as many of these things we can. But then when they bring in someone, like an actual personality like Negan or something like that,
it becomes like a very real thing.
It becomes a real thing because it's not just this husk of what was formerly a human going, brains. It's someone who actually has, or should have, a conscience or a sense of, like, we have to kill these things together, being an absolute fucking psychopath. Even though, like, Negan is pretty cool. Like, spiked baseball bats are just cool. Like, I don't care what anyone says. If any motifs came out of, like, the zombie genre and is fucking awesome, it's nails or chains or anything like that in a baseball bat.
Barbed wire in this case.
Yeah, or barbed wire in this case, where it's just like, lads, you know, we have these things called baseball bats. They're pretty deadly when you swing them at someone. I've got an idea. Let's make it worse. It's like, oh, like nails, it's like one thing where it's like, alright, fair enough. But like chains, it's like, I don't care if this kills you. I just really want you to feel pain. It's like God damn, brother.
Let's be real. I wanted to carry around something that was wood but also metal.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I think it's also like he has the opposite opinion of, he has not opposite opinion, but very much of opinion of, like, Heath Ledger's Joker, where it's like, guns are too quick. I think he's taking that to an extreme where even knives are too quick, where he's like, I want something that's wood and metal, but I want to see you suffer as long as possible. Or at least, like, that's how I see it from, you know, him just wailing on something for like 5 minutes.
I'm still not over it. But
I don't think anyone is.
No, I mean, even from the comics, I'm not over it.
God damn.
And for the show, I was thinking, I knew it was coming, and even then I was like,
God, son of a bitch.
But we're not here to talk about Walking Dead, thank fuck. Sorry, I really don't like the new series.
Yeah.
Well, actually, to be fair, Rory was telling me the most recent series is really good again, but I'm kind of like, nah, man, you killed off my last reason to watch the show.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's just like, I watched it for like as long as I could. I think I watched it until like a season before you gave up on it.
Yes.
And then it was just a thing where I was like, it wasn't even a thing where I said, like, screw this, I'm not watching it anymore. I just had one day where I just went, I'll get back to that at some point. And I just never did. Like, it's not a thing where I went, it's so awful. I just went, I'm kind of burnt out on it. I want something different, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I have been on a bit of a zombie craze recently, and it ain't even October yet.
Yeah, like see, that's one of those things where it's like, October is like the reign of zombies. Oh, well, the reign of horror, like, obviously, but like, I think zombies is just one of those things where there's so many different versions and there's so many different ways of doing it, where like, for even like Halloween costumes, like, it's one of those things where it's actually mad easy to do like zombies.
Hi, your kid's dressed up as Hitler. Don't worry, it's zombie Hitler. Okay then.
Oh, it's okay. It's the kind that I can re-kill. Okay, Merg.
But
sorry to any Americans who see this.
We're not sorry.
We're not sorry. No.
We're not even a little.
Here. It's one of those things. The ones who got offended, we're not sorry. The ones who laughed,
you're one of us.
You're one of us. Yeah.
So basically, all of Boston.
Yeah, all of Boston, New York, and like from the mid-range up.
No, anywhere.
No, it's more like this.
Anywhere near Baltimore.
Yeah, it's like the curve between like Los Angeles and California and like Seattle, and then like New York and Boston, and then everywhere else is just like, fuck you guys.
I'm offended.
I'm offended. I'm a racist and I'm offended.
But anyways, third tangent, and we're only like
3 seconds in.
We know we're not even a whole minute in it.
Here, like, fucker, here, like, content.
You're getting your money's worth, which is nothing. But
here, you're making a profit.
Yeah,
but no, honestly, like,
can't sue us.
Can't sue us, yeah, exactly. Sue America, they deserve it. But one thing I will say anyway is, I was actually really impressed with as much as the actual cover, which we don't have, I bought the actual cover, which is literally just.
I thought the normal cover was kind of bland.
I thought it was kind of bland, but it wasn't bad.
You know, it kind of reminds me of, you know, that Nightwing cover for one of the volumes where he's like getting mobbed.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. Replace Nightwing with Batman, and it's like zombies, and he's like doing the Judd Nelson.
Yeah, like it's one of those things, we've seen it before, but it's not awful. We've seen it before, it's not awful. Like, it's one of those things where it's like hearing the same song done again by someone else. It's the same thing, but it seems it's not bad. It's just different.
It's like in this case with DCeased, I feel it's more like a Johnny Cash cover. They're trying to make it their own, and it's kind of working.
Yeah, it's not too bad. To be fair, this I find really funny, because when you think about it, it has fuck all to do with the source material, what's going on inside of it. Because there's not a single goddamn dimensional killer clown or whatever the fuck Pennywise is supposed to be the freaky bastard.
It's like, I think some people have like theorized that Pennywise is an alien or something.
Yeah, he is an alien apparently. Yeah, like
what is that confirmed?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because like I think it's a thing because there is a lot of cosmic shit in Stephen King. Like if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. But the last thing I saw, I thought someone was saying he was an alien or something like that. Like, because the thing of it, it wouldn't be that much of a surprise considering he like fucking shapeshifts and all that kind of shit. Because there's only the concept of one, he could be like a demon or a devil, or he has to be from fucking space.
I think he might work for the CIA.
He works for the Feds, brother.
The Feds is always watching us stealing our kids. How do you think they get recruits?
The funny thing is, someone with that exact voice is gonna get on to us and be like, "Fuck you guys," and we're just gonna be like, "Lad, get back in his body and go back to his stereotype." God damn.
But anyways,
but yeah, it is actually.
Can we just talk about how Dick just can't seem to get a break?
Oh god damn! That was the first thing I was gonna get onto. Literally, I'd say it's like, in terms of like a 25 page book, would you say maybe something like that?
Thereabouts, maybe a little over because it's
about 20 pages in. He's already fucked. Literally.
I'm gonna see if we're getting this.
I think he's like, in terms of main characters, I think he's like the 4th or 5th victim, at the very least.
4th or 5th in the case that like all the Robins seem to be actually.
Yeah, all the Robins seem to have it. John, it isn't shown that he has, but it's pretty much highly implied that he got caught out. No, he does. No. He does get caught out, yeah, because he looks at his phone as soon as he walks in.
John Kent?
Yeah. It's implied that he's reaching for his phone anyway when the message comes in, isn't it? Oh no, wait.
Was that not Tim?
No, I'm thinking of Tim. No, I got that. Tim. Yeah, Tim.
Because like, I mean, it makes.
No, John. They
were playing video games.
They were playing video games. He went to reach for his phone, and then Clark rushes in. Yeah, that's what I'm getting mixed up.
Yeah, sure. Like he annihilates it here.
Yeah, he just comes flying through the door. Yeah, that's why I had myself mixed up.
He's about to reach for his phone and then fucking.
But yeah, so that's what I. But it's a thing where, even going with that, then it's more like 3rd or like it's closer to him being within like the first 3 characters. Because there's Tim, there's him, and who was it before them? There was.
Well, basically all the Robins.
Basically all the Robins, yeah.
But that makes sense because they're a tech-based kind of like
family, yeah.
Yeah,
or, group.
It's like I was only saying this to someone recently. It might have been yourself, but I said it to a few people because like it's kind of my favorite thing. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
Dick probably has Instagram accounts for the Wayne family.
Oh, 100%. Like I feel like that joke of like Robin tagging like an Instagram photo from the Batcave where he actually has like the geotag on it. That is 100% Dick. That is 100% Dick.
I love him dearly, but he's the dumb Robin.
He's the dumb Robin in the sense of it's not he's stupid. He just doesn't think about what he's doing. He's just like, "Ooh, cool picture. I'll tag this," and then goes, "Oh shit, I'm standing in the middle of the fucking Batcave." Okay.
Just like one of his friends from school. At Dick Grayson, at Spotted Dick. Is that a dinosaur?
Is that a dinosaur? And is that a giant penny in the background? And is that fucking Batman and the guy who dropped you off the school? No comment.
But like, what I'm saying is, it makes sense for the Robins to be the first to go.
Yeah.
Like in this scenario, because like basically the story is if you don't want spoilers, it's just like.
Just turn this shit off now.
Just turn this shit off.
This is going to be like a good 50%.
I've been waiting to talk to someone about this series for fucking ages.
Yeah, so
and now someone's finally read it.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, I read it a while ago. It's just we've both been working.
Yeah.
But it is one of those things of if you do like it is only like obviously the first one because like we're still waiting for the rest of it.
Yeah, it comes out next week.
It comes out next week, but like you know what I mean. Like we don't have it on us at the minute.
We don't have it in hand.
We don't have it in hand. But it's one of those things where if you literally want to go into a fresh. Get out now. Watch it. Go out, buy it, read it, and then watch this.
Subscribe to PewDiePie.
I was gonna make a T-series joke. Even I'm not that bad. Like,
but anyways,
fuck you, T-series.
But yeah, so basically, what the general story of it is that Cyborg gets like kidnapped by Darkseid, and then he diddles him. And
diddles him properly.
He diddles him real good and gives him like a new anti-life equation. Does this like really like fucking.
Impressive on the page, like it's very impressive on the page.
It looks amazing.
It changes like art style, or like I don't know if it's just a thing of it changes art style, or it seems to get more exaggerated halfway through, like his interrogation, you could call it. But I'm 100% sure I remember because it's essentially they kick the shit out of Darkseid,
Yeah.
And he pisses off, and it takes them all a good 2 pages to realise, oh shit, someone's missing. And it wouldn't be the person that Darkseid would most like to get their hands on.
Oh my god, it's horror movie logic. Black guy died
Black guy dies first. And it just so happens that he's the core to everything happening. Son of a bitch. We're hitting new ground. That is so bad.
I mean, he's not really dead. He's just carrying the anti-life equation.
Which implies that, like, he's mostly dead.
He's mostly dead.
He's mostly dead.
I mean, isn't he always kind of mostly dead?
No, but that was, like, mostly dead. Like, the human parts are mostly dead.
The parts of that were left that were human are kind of dying.
Which is like maybe like half a lung and his tongue and one eye,
depending on the version you're going for. But anyways,
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, he's carrying around like an anti-life equation, and he's giving phones herpes.
Yeah, it's actually main characters. We actually had a ban because the first victim is Darkseid.
Yeah,
the first main character victim is Darkseid.
Like there's this whole thing throughout DC of Darkseid is, and then I love that one line, Darkseid was, and I'm like, oh god. Like I love like the irony of like Darkseid's own fucking idea killing him.
Yeah,
it's like because after all this time he finally had a wait shit go back moment.
Yeah. Like it's one of those things of it's like as if the guy who invented dynamite struck it up and then went, I wonder what this is gonna be.
But isn't that what happened?
No, I was saying when he first invented. You know, because it's not like a thing of he's sitting there for 3 weeks with the equation inside Cyborg and goes, oh shit, now I'm gonna die. It's literally 30 seconds of this happening. He goes, go back. It's essentially the thing of if you want to make a meme out of this, you can literally have these 2 pages sequence, and then the any scene in any Jurassic Park film where they have to reverse away from a dinosaur. It's like, go back. But yeah, like that's it's really funny to see him have a moment of like obviously he's supposed to be someone who fully believes he's a god, but it's really funny to see someone who's supposed to be this menace, this god, who suddenly has a moment of his own morality or his own. Not his own morality, his own mortality, and goes, oh shit. Like the moment of like the grenade's about to go off, it's like, well, what did I do with my life? It's like, Jesus Christ.
No, but the thing is, do you think we're going to get zombie Darkseid? That's the thing.
I think that would be kind of like, it'd be like one of those things of...
Would that be jumping the shark?
I think that would be jumping the shark, but it would also be like that, like, if any's watched Rick and Morty, that joke of the Vindicators episode, where there's Crocubot, it's like one kill thing on top of another kill thing makes him about redundant. It's like zombie Darkseid, I think, would be redundant, because part of what made him so scary was they use intelligent. And he was strong. Whereas I think it would just be a thing of him just going... Like, if he was a zombie, I imagine he wouldn't have the consciousness or the ability to think, oh, I could shoot these things out of my eye. So I just think it'd be a giant fucker running at them. Which would still be scary, but like to the likes of Superman, it'd be kind of like, this is supposed to be scarier than just the dude himself.
I don't know, I think it'd be a bit derivative.
We'll get to that sometime. But like, honestly,
so we were talking off camera.
We were talking off camera earlier. Like, you know, it's a whole thing. If we ever do a video about
our various in-jokes.
Our various in-jokes, which we probably will. Like,
probably come up with an encyclopedia for that shit, let's be real.
Yeah, to be fair, we'll probably end up having to release a book for that shit. Yeah. And here, like, you never know, we might just throw it on the end of another episode and just be like, here's something a little bit extra just to explain everything. But, because to be fair, I'd say by the 3rd episode, it's going to be a thing of people watching this go, yous are like speaking a different language now, lads.
All 5 people watching.
Oh, here, you never know, like, it could be worse. Here, 5 people is better than 2 of us. And to be fair, we don't do that. We're not that fucking vain. Well, I
have to edit it.
We have to edit it. Yeah, that's the thing. Editing's a different story. That's just making sure it goes up. But we're not sitting there. We're not like lots of people where they watch they click on the video to get the fucking
views. And technological Viagra gotta make sure it goes up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
But here's the thing. Like, what is your prediction for where this is gonna go? It's like I was talking a little bit earlier on. I'll get to my shit later on, but like I kind of want to hear your perspective. Like, where do you think this is gonna go?
It's a really tough one because it's just one of those ones where you're just like, you know, the fact that there's so many options. That's like probably the most obvious one doesn't come to you.
Well, see, the people we know are left. I mean,
yeah. So like,
Batman seems to be fine.
Yeah, he's just chilling out at home.
Yeah.
You know, watching everything go to shit. Clark
is totally fine.
He
doesn't even have a phone anymore.
Nah, and he pretty much zapped like the only phone in sight. And if Lois has one, he's probably already punted that into another state of being.
Not the only thing he punted into another state of being.
Heyo. But I wonder. I would like to. I'd be very interested for it to, like, not as in like we just wanted them to copy everything else, but it would be kind of interesting if it did go that route of the kind of the Marvel Zombies kind of thing, where it was like just 5 of them left, and it's like, well, there's no one to save anymore, or like there's no point in trying to save anybody anymore because we're gonna fucking eat them. That would be one thing. Obviously, it would be very, very, very close to like borderline on plagiarism.
You see,
but at the same time, it's like I'm open to see what they go with. But there are some things where I'd be kind of just like, alright, that's a bit of a cop. Like, if it's just a thing where they just try and gather like 90% of the zombies on each continent to a single area and then nuke the shit out of them, I'd be kind of like, it's kind of boring.
Yeah,
it's a bit too obvious of just like, here, let's stick these things in an area and just eviscerate them with like a giant weapon. It's like, you're pretty much doing what any government would probably do during a zombie thing, which is not why we read this.
Democracy kicked in.
Democracy kicked in. You don't get a vote anymore because you tried to eat my skull.
But it's a talk about skull candies, am I right? But the thing is, you see, the whole thing with Marvel Zombies was the zombies were sentient.
Yeah, that's the thing. Whereas these, I could easily imagine them though doing some sort of bullshit of, oh, Clark's Kryptonian, so he's gonna be sentient just because his DNA behaves differently. Batman's gonna have some bullshit where he applies an antidote, but it doesn't work properly.
He can't be turned into a zombie because he's already got too many brains.
That'll be one of those funny things. If he turned into a zombie, would he be there going, well, the only obvious thing is to go for the person with the biggest brain or the biggest amount of intellect, and that is me.
It's like, I'm sorry, Kansas, but
yeah.
Actually, no, I don't give him enough credit. Stoops is very intelligent.
Yeah, he's very intelligent, especially...
People underestimate how intelligent Stoops is.
Yeah, I just think it's one of those things of when you're standing next to someone that you have said on your by yourself, he's the most dangerous man in, like, on the planet, if not in the universe. Mostly due to his intelligence, it's kind of hard to shine. It's like... It's like putting, like... I don't even know how to put it. It's like putting fucking... It's like putting someone who got like 600 points in like their leaving cert or something like that to Stephen Hawking. It's like, yeah, one's intelligent, but one's Stephen Hawking. You know what I mean? It's like...
See, the thing is, Superman specifically is very intelligent in that book, because like straight away he was like, okay, cool, it's in the phones. I'm going to destroy my son's phone.
Yeah, well, he is, to be fair, he is like, in most interpretations of him, he is supposed to be like an investigative reporter. So it'd be kind of pointless if he didn't have good intuition or good sense about him.
Because like,
it'd just be a thing of like...
Superman is the smart one, Clark Kent is supposed to play dumb.
Yeah, that's the thing, like, it's one of those... He's supposed to play dumb, but more so... In terms of his actual job, I'd say he's smart, obviously. He obviously is smart. But I'd say just outside of that, he plays dumb. Because it would seem really stupid if he was just tick in everything. Like, you'd sort of be going, how does he keep his job if he pretends to be tick when it comes to his job?
It's like playing Fallout and playing with your intelligence on one.
Yeah, where it's just...
I was having a really funny conversation with one of the guys from Dublin City Comics and Collectibles recently.
Yeah.
It's like Doc's his name. He's a really nice guy.
Oh, yeah.
He was going on about a campaign that he was playing in, I think it was Fallout 2.
Yeah.
If you play on, like, 1 intelligence, you can meet this guy... If you play as any intelligence over 1, this guy is speaking complete gibberish. Yeah,
whereas if you go at 1, he's making complete sense.
He's like... Oh, God. It's like you're the only one who can understand him, and he's the only one who can understand you, and you can get him as a companion, and he's really OP.
Oh, God.
So it's kind of...
That's brilliant. I love that.
I low-key love that sort of
thing. That's great just in terms of... Rather than being a thing of, like, if you go with that, you're just entirely screwed, which, to be fair, like Fallout and things like that... You pretty much are.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, you can be super strong and you can be super fast and you can be super lucky and everything. But if you just can't figure out how to have the conversation about what they want you to do, you're fucking useless. Like, It's pretty much like having it's pretty much like having a stormtrooper. No, actually, that just works because they aren't that smart and they can't shoot. Yeah, you're pretty much like playing a stormtrooper, pretty much, because they don't really think for themselves and they can't shoot straight.
So you're like a first order stormtrooper.
Exactly, 100%. But like, you know, it's one of those things where it's just like it's not pointless. It's just really goddamn hard. Like, Jesus Christ.
See, where I think DCeased is going to go, if they're going with the continuity that Damien has died and come back from the dead via, like, apocalyptic crystals and shit, like,
which that was amazing. Comics, that suit alone was worth the price of admission. I enjoyed it.
I'll get to that later.
I enjoyed it, but that suit, like the Hellbat suit.
Oh yeah, no, that's cool.
I like, anyone who knows me, I'm a sucker for red and black colour schemes, but that thing was just
really.
Shut up.
I never.
Shut up. I didn't even notice that. But like, I just love.
I never would have guessed. Anyway.
No, but like, I'm just a sucker for red and black colour schemes, and the fact that it was like a thing of story wise.
I'm surprised you didn't get this covered.
Yeah, like, to be fair, there was too much yellow in it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where for a split second I lost my train of thought, but never mind. Bar that, it's the fact that it was a cooperative thing from the league to be like, yes, he's very, very intelligent now, but do you realise he's a bit as brittle as like a rice cake? We should probably help him out with that. But I also like the fact that it's sucking out his vitality as well, where it's like, you could use this shit, but you like, god damn, you're gonna get hurt, you know?
Yeah, but like, where I think I think it's gonna go is, if they're going with continuity that Damien has died and come back by apocalypse, or by apocalyptic technology.
Yeah.
I think Damien has superpowers on Apocalypse.
Yeah, we kind of like the Red Sun thing for Superman.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that the solution will be that Batman will be all like, oh, hey, Broody, we gotta get my son to Apocalypse.
Broody, click.
I think the cure, so to speak, to the anti-life equation is in Damien's body.
Yeah, either that or they're gonna like fight. I think like another one would be like this would sound kind of like a rehash, if you know what I mean. But if because it's more than likely that Vic is also like zombified himself. If they just bring him back to life through like his human half through apocalyptic tech, if they bring him back the same way they did with Damien, that they just use him as like in reverse because he's now alive with it in his system. Unless it's just a thing of they just go, no, he's dead, deal with it.
I think they're gonna go with.
I think they will go with the Damien thing though, because it just makes.
Why else would they? Why would they keep that Robin alive when he's? I mean, then again, he is the Robin least inclined to use technology.
Yeah, because he hates people.
He is like very much the he will use like ninja shit. Like, he will legitimately...
Yeah, whereas, like, Tim and everyone else is like whack! And he's going... Well, to be fair, like, you say it like that, this is still a concussion. That's just, you'll never wake up again.
Like, Tim even kind of has, like, tech in his staff in most iterations.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so it's like, fuck.
I mean, I think the only techie sort of thing Damien really does is, like, he knows computers, not as well as maybe he'd know... He wouldn't know them better than Tim would know them, but he knows computers. But the only other techie thing he does is like he plays video games with Dick and with John.
And still, that's like a thing of like it doesn't really inform you to do like hacking or anything like that. It's just like something you do.
Yeah, and like even then, I'm pretty sure out of all the Robins, I think the one who wouldn't have social media is Damien.
Yeah, because like once again, he hates most people.
He hates people too much to be on social media. Yeah, like honestly,
I honestly wouldn't be surprised at some point if like he was asked in the comment, "Hey, why don't you have social media?" It's like, I can barely stand the people I live with. What makes you think I want to get in touch with others?
It's like my private moments are the ones when I'm like not spending time around most people.
Why would I want to share those with people?
Afar?
Yeah, why would I want to let people invade my life from afar when I don't want them to invade it when they're 6 feet away from me?
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, like, in certain moments I relate to him a bit too well.
It's like, he's probably one of the only kids in comics anyways, or in general, that I would know who'd actually go to an arcade.
Yeah, to be fair.
I mean, we have one barcade in Dublin.
Yeah.
And there's no kids in that barcade.
Nah, that's like... It's 100% though, because like it's a thing where we went to arcades as kids, whereas kids today they don't do that shit because they're like, why would I go to an arcade when I can play that game on my phone, you know?
I went bowling last year with college.
Yeah.
At like Leisureplex up in Stillorgan. Most of their video games are gone.
Yeah, and that's the fucked up thing. Because like now it's like the bowling. And like kids don't even like, you could bring them bowling, but they won't. Not like when we were kids where it's a thing of like, you'd be begging to be like, oh, can I have a couple of quid so I can go play some of the games that are there. Whereas now it's a thing where it's like, if you bring a kid bowling, more than likely they're going to sit there on their phone. Which this is not turning into an old man rant. I'm not that old yet. But it's just one of those weird things where it's like when you see the difference, it's like...
It was no different from like yourself and myself back in the day would have had the Game Boy on us or something.
Yeah, but like it's still a thing where we'd still want to do other shit. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, of course.
Like where like it was a thing
because we'd be there to play games.
We'd be there to play games, or we'd be there to bowl, or do whatever we're doing. Whereas now it's like a thing of you like I have like little cousins and stuff, and it's like
Happy Birds.
Pretty much like or whatever
Fortnite or whatever
fucking thing is, you know. And like I'm not slagging it. Like fair enough, they're things that make a shitload of money for their respective companies. But it's just really weird when it's like, because like it's just really odd because especially like a thing of like even one of my little cousins loves playing football, loves all that shit. But at the same time, he'll turn around randomly one day and just like, yeah, you know, fuck this shit, I'm just gonna go home and play PlayStation. I'm like, all right, here, that's what you want to do. You're a kid, do whatever the fuck you want. It's just really odd, you know what I mean? Where it's like, if someone turned around to
give that advice to a child.
No, well, obviously, but like for me, it's like a thing where it's like if someone turned around and asked me to play football now, I'd be like, yeah, go on then, what the fuck, you know, let's do something. Whereas like, there's lots of kids now where like you turn around and ask them to do anything, they're just like, no, but hey, say la vie, I'm here, they're not mine, so I don't have to do it. But yeah, it's just really funny is all just that, it's like that difference between like kids now where they'd rather be on Instagram and shit rather than just actually having a bit of crack.
So where we're going with that with Damien is that he just wouldn't be inclined to be...
He'd be more like us if we were way more cynical than we are.
It's like he was raised in the mountains. If you tell him what House of the Dead is, he'd be like, I want to play that.
Yeah, 100% straight.
Oh my god, imagine if the solution was he had to play House of the Dead against Cyborg.
Fucking hell. Or like, to be fair, it would be one of those things where it'd be funny if it was like that, but it'd also be funny if it was something really mundane. Like solitaire or something like that.
Like,
or like something like chess. It'd just be like, I'm gonna kick your ass! I don't know how this game works.
Like, what I'm getting at is, the book's clearly taken inspiration from a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
It's taken inspiration from a bunch of different things, so imagine if they took the final inspiration came from like that episode of Futurama with Fry.
That would be fucking brilliant, actually. And as well be the ultimate like, oh.
But like, Damien's like, it's Saturday night, all my friends are dead, and all I've got is this PB&J and fucking, you know, House of the Dead.
Yeah, and House of the Dead. I'd actually love the actual panel just of...
And my death metal mixtape with one Taylor Swift song in there, because to be honest, she has a good voice.
Questionable. To be fair, like, she just annoyed me. More so...
Oh no, I love the headcanon that Damien is secretly a massive Taylor Swift fan.
That would be funny though, because like the amount of people I even know where they're like big metalheads or whatever, and then they have like that one person who's like the little soft spot. Like, here, like that's pretty much me, like a good description for me. To be fair, that doesn't really count because it's not really I like her music all that much, I just like to get with her.
Should write a song about it.
No, not Taylor Swift. Like, goddamn, okay. I don't need that kind of attention. Like, unless I'm gonna make some like book of Taylor bullied me or something. I don't know, some fucking bullshit like that. You know what I mean? Like, to be fair, no one I think would believe that. Like, I'm not Harry Styles. This is the moment where we get kicked out from all the One Directioners, being like, "Fuck you." Nothing against the guy, just I believe he doesn't he looks more like someone who could get a bit of a...
The show's going to get cancelled before it starts.
Yeah, 100%. Right? Not about, like, more so just in a way of like he doesn't seem like the kind of guy, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't really seem like he'd start a scrap over something, you know? You're very pretty, I'll say that much. Oh god, I'm gonna get assassinated one of these days.
Like,
I was going to say something there that could actually get us in trouble, but no.
It'll be a snowflake ninja star.
Some 14-year-old girl, like... There, nothing against 14-year-old though.
Unless you're someone we know.
Unless you're someone we know, and then... Hard luck to you. It's a horrible moment where I'm the fire starter in this situation. God, I'm starting to wake up.
Fire starter, now I'm sad. But anyways...
Oh yeah, god damn. Alright, people.
It's like... How many other books would you think, like how many other How many other franchises do you think will just straight up adapt another zombie story? Because like this is playing out like a George A. Romero movie. The art style even looks like posters for like a George A. Romero movie.
Yeah, that's very fair. Like I think, to be fair, like most, like it's getting to the point where like now, like at least in comics, it's like the two major powerhouses have done it in some way, shape, or form. Like I know, obviously, like one's more like this, but one's more like that. But in just terms of zombies, the two main ones have done it. And one for like 8 trade paperbacks or something like that, like something like 5, maybe like 5 or 6. And the only thing that freaked me, the only thing that actually got me down about that was like it seemed like they were sort of running out of ideas for characters, or they murdered most of the characters, so they didn't really have as many faces by the end of it. Like when they're bringing in it's like Morpheus the Living Vampire.
It's like the Deadpool versus the World thing, where like all of a sudden like, okay, cool, we've run out of characters.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where it's like it's cool and all, but it's like they're trying to continue it long term, but without as many characters who you could bank it on.
The Clone Saga a little bit towards
a little, because you could tell they were trying to get that little last bit out. But when it was a thing where like you were relying on Morpheus the Vampire, Robot Man, or what's his fucking name? I can't remember what his name is. He was.
I was about to be like.
Not Doom Patrol or anything like that, but it was pretty much like Marvel's equivalent to him. I literally didn't know he existed unless it's a thing that he literally made him for this book. But he's supposed to be like...
I'm wearing the t-shirt, but I have no idea what the fuck
there's in the one where they have Morpheus the Living Vampire and they have Deadpool for like 3 frames. The main character is like this robotic character. I didn't recognise him before.
Do you mean Morbius?
Morbius, that's what my brain's doing.
Okay.
But when they were introducing the pair of them, there was the main character you were following was like a sort of like half Inspector Gadget, half Robot Man. Cannot remember the name for life of me. I have the book at home. All I can remember is he wore the colour black and purple. And he was a robot.
I'm sure
someone will turn out and correct me.
Some angry person at home is like, what the fuck?
To be fair, more than happy for someone to tell me what I'm missing out on, because like it's probably a thing where it's like an older character I just don't know all that much about.
Yeah.
But like, if they're gonna try and continue it, like if say like they get to the end of their run with it and they want to make a continuous thing, make interesting, try and weave in original characters who are interesting. That's all I can say. Because if you're gonna try and be like, I still want to make it interesting, but we're going to have it down to Batman by himself for like 10 issues, and then we're going to kill him off and figure something out. It's like, lads, that's just going to come very stale very quickly.
That seems to be what the Last Night on Earth book is. Like, it's Greg Capullo.
No, but like that's as a self-contained story like that. That's fair. Like, that's the premise going in. Whereas your thing is like, this is going to be it's going to be Marvel Zombies, but DC. And then within 3 issues, 99% of the characters are dead. Lots of people are going to lose their point of interest. So, like, if you're a massive Superman fan, you're going to kind of go...
How many parts is this meant to have?
I think it's like 6 or 8. I know it's like...
Between 6 and 8. I mean, honestly, I think 6 issues is enough to tell a full story.
Yeah, 6 issues is enough to tell a full story. But you know what I mean? If it makes a ton of money, or if it's highly popular...
Clone Saga.
They're going to keep going. It's just it's just what happens. And that's not a thing of being, like, criticising. In terms of money and trying to make fans happy, it is smart, but it is also like playing that razor's edge of you can go too far and fuck it up for yourself.
See, the thing that makes most Elseworld books very, very good is that they end.
Yeah, they're not always self-contained, but in terms of the book, there you go, that's it. And if you get a sequel, you get a sequel. If not, you don't.
Yeah, it's like Red Rain has an ending.
Red Rain has an ending, and it was like 3 separate like trade paperbacks as well, which they went, here, we made a trilogy, 3 is a good number, we finish it up.
Yeah,
I think they made it...
Gaslight has an open ending, but it's like...
Yeah, and then there is a sequel to that as well.
Is there?
There is a sequel to that. I
heard there was a sequel, but I mean...
I haven't read it, but I've heard people talk about it, and it's like, it's pretty much like it plays along with the idea of like Victorian giving out for like the sort of like industrial sort of era. It's lots of like technology and this kind of stuff, but it's still like it's Gotham by Gaslight.
Oh my god, Wayne R&D is the fucking is like the industrial revolution.
Yeah, I haven't read it, so that is more than possible. But Red Rain, Gotham by Gaslight, even like things like I mentioned it before because I just love the dude and I love his work. There's the Mignola style Batman where it's the dude that came to Gotham. Yeah, they might have left it slightly open-ended, but it was still a definitive ending to that story.
Well, it's like Dave Filoni once said, like the dude who like makes the Clone Wars.
Yeah, who makes the Clone Wars,
and Rebels. Like it's not necessarily a philosophy that I agree with, but he says that some of the best stories are the ones that seem like they could be the beginning of another story.
Yeah.
To some extent, I agree. If you're gonna tell the other story,
like if you're just gonna leave it. All you're going to do is send the people who were really in your corner batshit crazy. Because they're going to get... Like it'd be like a thing of if... I don't know, like, as we've ascertained, I'm a massive Hellboy fan. If they did, like, the ending... Instead of doing the ending of Hellboy in Hell as definitive ending, and they left it open-ended, and then didn't ever use them again, I'd be there going, what was the point... of leaving it ambiguous if we know nothing's going to happen. Whereas leaving it like it's dead shut and then building a solution around it or building a reason around it, at least then it's a thing of you're surprised and happy when that thing comes back. Like, essentially just not what any plot if you was to bring back Batman. Like, to be fair, there's some of them that are good in terms of like the Elseworld thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's cool just to see different versions of them, but it's also like, lads, come on.
Cap the fuck on.
Cap the fuck on. Like, come on. Like, it's good, but it's not... It's good, but it's one of those things of... If you dissect it into its parts, they all make good stories.
You see, I think my problem with open ending
like Cave Burn Batman.
Yeah, like...
That's cool.
Like, my problem with the open end thing is that... It's the same problem that I had with the season finale for Titans. It might make a really good episode on its own.
Yeah, but not as a final episode.
But, like, as a finale, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Honestly... I absolutely love Titans as a show, but the thing about Titans is if you're going to watch the show, I would have something else on standby that has a satisfying ending or that's like satisfying to watch, that's easy to watch, just because you aren't going to get that satisfaction from the season finale, because like the whole thing is they have another episode filmed that was going to be the season finale.
And then they changed their minds. Like,
they changed their minds. It's kind of like, no, we'll make this the first episode of season 2, it's fine. And it's kind of like, no, it's not fine. You're just going to piss people off. Because like, they have this on like their subscription service. Now that shit works for like CW or whatever. Because
there's CW and they haven't. They're sort of known for that kind of weird shit.
It's free to air as well.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you can just.
It's
and
accessible.
even if you're over here, like Sky takes all that shit. So like, if you've got cable or you can get access to Sky through whatever means, you'll get it.
So you're not really waiting all that long. Like Titans is 13 episodes long.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 14 episodes long, and they're kind of like, okay, cool, let's leave it on a cliffhanger. No, because the waiting period between both shows, like if you're watching The Flash, Flash like just ended.
Like literally just ended.
It's like Flash ended on a cliffhanger as well, kind of. I'm not going to spoil it because I know you're still catching up.
Yeah, I'm still catching up just because, like, I have the shirt on, but it's a thing where I had to take a break because of my own shit.
Yeah, so the thing is, it does have a sort of cliffhanger ending, like most of the seasons do. Yeah, most seasons do, but like it's a thing where the difference I find between a good cliffhanger and a bad cliffhanger is when I don't think it's this succinct and this definitive, but most of the time when I find it where it's sort of bad or upset is when it's right up in the middle of what's going on. Like you're in the middle of a massive spectacle or something like that, and it just cuts where you're there going, no, they couldn't have done it then. No, they're taking the piss. Whereas if you finish that spectacle and you say in conversation or through one little snippet or anything, you make brief reference to what could be coming up next or what is coming up next, that'll keep people going, okay, I got the end of that story and I've gotten a little taste of what's coming up next. Because at least then it's like, instead of being a thing of like, for fuck's sake, lads, you're going, grand, oh my god, and then you're excited for the next one when it comes out. Yeah. Incentive in terms of, don't tell me, show me why I should be excited. Don't just fuck me up. Because like the thing with the Titans thing is that because it's only 13 episodes long and they're going like bang, bang, bang each week, you know, they're giving you the episode each week, which I think is how TV should be done. You record it, you release it. You record it, you release it.
Bang, 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 bang. Because as well...
I get that big studios do need breaks, but when you have a big budget like The Flash or something like that, you don't really like. I get taking a mid-season break. I don't get taking breaks after mid-season break. So where I'm going with this is Flash just ended, and now we only have to wait till October.
Yeah, which, like, to be fair, when you think of it, isn't that long at all? It's like 5 months away, which...
We'll be breaking out Halloween costumes for D&D. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, it's going to be one of those things where...
months.
Yeah, it's only a couple months away. Like, like it's the depressing thing as well with that, where, I only got to... it's not a thing about I only discovered it. It only came to my head as a rational thought. I'm going to be 23 in 4 months. And it's like, son of a bitch. Here, to be fair though, it could be worse. Like, I said that to Mika. She turned and was like, bitch, I'm 23 in a month. And I'm like, I feel younger again. I get to be the toy boy again.
Jake's girlfriend's a cougar.
That's less of an obvious inside joke, but yeah. Hi, Mika.
But anyway,
oh, she's gonna kick the shit out of me.
Yes, she is.
I'm totally okay with it.
I'll watch. I'll bring this with me. But with Titans ended months ago.
Yeah, and it's still like a thing of we're still gonna be waiting months for it.
Yeah, like here, Young Justice is still on mid-season break. Now, I respect what freaking what DC Universe is doing. And that we're ending one show. Here's Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol just ended. Cool. Here's Swamp Thing. The Swamp Thing's gonna end. Cool. Here's Stargirl. Stargirl's gonna end. Cool. Here's Titans.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm really interested in seeing Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing. I think
it looks really because it looks like, and this is the thing. I like this thing a lot. Like Justice League Dark. But I think like the Alan Moore Swamp Thing, the way they're going with it. Fucking butters my bread. That's what you want. You want like the old school, real horror kind of vibe. Like not horror in the fact you're scared of it, but horror in terms of tone.
Kind of Lovecraftian.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect way to describe it. It's real Lovecraftian, real.
Which to the newcomer, if you don't read any H.P. Lovecraft books or anything related to Lovecraft, first of all, give it a fucking try.
Give it a crack.
But second of all,
he might have been a horrible, racist, bigoted bastard. But he knew how to write a good book.
But he was a well-educated and well-worded racist bastard. It's more of a psychological thing. It's like the horror isn't like it's like a feeling. It's kind of like if you like Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah,
it's like a lingering sort of horror where it's kind of like. It's kind of like you're looking at something creepy and it's like it's staying there and it's still creeping you out.
It's a lingering sense of terror is how I describe it. It's not a thing of...
It's like being on the 75 and some fella's jacking off. You're kind of like, but you can't get off the bus because otherwise you're going to be late for work and you've been late twice in a row and now I need therapy.
Just imagine if that guy was like a 6-headed tentacle monster who's whacking off 6 dicks. Pretty much. And instead of being on a bus, you were inside Cthulhu's stomach.
Yeah, exactly. What he said.
Yeah, I don't know how that got into my brain, but if you know the name Cthulhu, you know some Lovecraft because that's like a big part of the Lovecraftian universe is Cthulhu, or it's the most well known character, I guess, because I don't.
More like an entity.
Entity, yeah, that's the word. Entity.
It's kind of like Gravemind from Halo, which is pretty much died.
Yeah, it doesn't have a personality. It just wishes everything would die and it could wake up.
Yeah. Oh man, I miss when Halo was good. But anyway,
yeah.
Sorry.
To be fair, you're getting
That's a different episode.
I think this is like the episode where you're getting bits and pieces about DCeased, but you're also getting bits and pieces about like other random stuff that just applies to it, which more bang for your non-existent book.
Actually, you know what? DCeased is sort of Lovecraftian in a way because like the virus. Like,
it is very.
It is the villain, but at the same time, it's not really a villain. It's like
it's just something that's happening.
The entire thing is it is visually like horrifying, but it's also kind of playing on the characters involved sanity, and then to that extent, it's making the reader uncomfortable. Like, oh my god, what are they actually going to do? Because that's the thing that I love about Black Label, and the thing that I love about Elseworlds is they can open up on anything. They can run with anything. You want to make Batman a freaking vampire, go for it, you know?
Yeah, and it's one of those things
it will make perfect sense, especially with the recent casting announcement for Batman.
God damn. But like, it's literal shots fired. But it's one of those things where...
It's not shots fired.
I know.
I'm super into that
I think it's... At first I kind of thought it was funny that it's like, vampire is being played, but like, someone who's known for playing a vampire. And then it kind of went... It kind of has its own poetic...
Jake. Say it out loud.
Robert Pattinson, fuck it.
out loud.
I did say it out loud. What do you want me to do?
Batman.
Batman, I know. But, like, you know what I mean? It's like one of those things where it's like, I was never super against it. I was just kind of like...
What?
It was more so that thing of the girl with the ponytail going... You know, like, that was how I felt. More so in the sense of, like, I wasn't against it. I was more so just confusion. Like, because, like, it was a thing where it was almost out of nowhere. Because it was like, they hadn't said anything for ages. And then it was like, Robert Pattinson's the leader. And it's like, is this just a rumour? And then it's like, no, Robert Pattinson's going to do it. It's like, okay, hold on.
what I really want to do when the movie comes out, I want to make
shiny Batman.
No. I mean, yes, but when the movie comes out, I want to make a very specific T-shirt. It's
God.
Has Team Edward crossed out Team Batman?
That would actually be good. That would be the only time I'd probably wear anything to do with Twilight, and it's more so just take the piss out of it. Not anything against them, but it's trash.
You see, the thing is, here's the thing. Nobody hates the Twilight Saga more than Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, that's one thing straight. Like, the amount of times he's actively said, like, this is some bullshit, you know?
But, like, I remember one time when he was doing press for, I think it was, like, New Moon, he was like, and what's your favourite of the books? Oh, yeah, I've read the books. What's your favourite?
I've read them.
It's like New Moon. Why? Because I knew I wasn't going to be in it much.
Yeah. See, that's one of those things where I think he's just one of those guys who's like, I got casted for a thing, I did the thing.
Do you want to know why he actually got cast in Twilight, or why he went for it?
Because he was really pale at the time, I don't know.
Because his band ran out of money.
Here, we're all gonna have to sell out at some point, man.
Like,
here, at least you got paid.
Because like, what happened was he went into, like, he was talking about when he got cast, and like, you see, my brother's a massive Robert Pattinson fan, like I am as well. Like his post Twilight and even his Harry Potter work as well.
To be fair, he is a good actor.
Anything post Twilight was fucking amazing. Like, oh my god, like, have you seen Good Time?
Not yet, no.
Okay,
I've seen other, like, even if I haven't seen a film, I've seen bits and pieces of them, those films, and I'm like, wow, actually, Jesus Christ.
I have Good Time on Blu-ray, we are going to watch it
at some point, yeah.
But, like, the thing is, his non-Twilight career is stellar. Like, he's even worked with one of my favourite directors of all time, David Cronenberg.
Yeah, Cronenberg's just... Oh, man. Like, he's weird, man, he's a genius, but he's like... Where his head gets the shit he comes out with, I will never know. In both a way of, I'm jealous, but also in a way of, I'm glad I don't see that shit. Yeah. Because that's some warped ass shit. You know when you're
me on the other hand.
you know you're an absolute, like, you're just like deified in terms of a culture, like geekdom. When it's like your just name is used to describe like an entire subsect of things. Like Rick and Morty, they don't call them like mutants, they call them Cronenberg
monsters.
And just not even monsters, just Cronenberg. I Cronenberg the world, and it's just like
we get it.
We get it. You're a fucking animal. Now stop being so goddamn cool.
But at the same time, keep being
cool because you're a goddamn genius.
You see, the thing is, I was going somewhere with the Cronenberg thing. I don't know.
He worked with Cronenberg.
Yeah, he did 2 movies with Cronenberg. Yeah. Like, he did like Cosmopolis, which is like one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, that movie is basically Bruce Wayne if his parents were both alive and he became a douche. if his
parents were still alive.
Yeah, pretty much. But the entire thing is the way he even treats reporters in real life when it's like a movie that he doesn't like. Watch any press release he's ever done and tell me that's not Bruce Wayne. If you're gonna,
it's very sassy. But
like, I didn't intend on going into this as a topic, but like if you're going to judge an actor based on one performance that they did like 9-10 years ago, you're a fucking idiot.
Like when we were like, think of it like that. Like when Twilight came out, we were like 12. Like we were literally half the age we are now. And we can't really turn around and be like, because of one thing he did when we were kids, and we were like, it's bullshit. I still believe it's bullshit. Like, you can't really turn around and fucking like hack someone to death over. That's like, say like Mark Strong. He's probably like he's an actor I really love. I really love what he does. And I can't remember what the film was, but I remember he was in one film where he wasn't all that great. If you were to go off that, you wouldn't watch Kingsman, you wouldn't watch Shazam, you wouldn't watch Sherlock Holmes, which is fantastic.
Oh, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, he was in that as well.
Oh, fam. Like it's one of those things that you'd miss out on huge patches of someone's work if you went off of one thing. Like even just to go, because we said Sherlock Holmes, if you went off of Robert Downey Jr.'s first film, which I think was like I
don't even know what it is.
It was like I think it was like a romantic comedy or something like that. I can't remember. But if you went off that, you wouldn't watch the Charlie Chaplin like biopic.
Kiss Bang Bang.
You wouldn't Kiss Bang Bang. You wouldn't watch
one of the best Christmas movies of all
time.
Exactly. By the way,
you wouldn't have watched either the Sherlock Holmes, which I love his version of Sherlock.
Iron Man. Like.
Iron Man. You wouldn't have watched you wouldn't watch any of the Avengers films or.
So, like, why should we treat Pattinson any different as well?
Yeah, exactly. Like
we had the exact same thing about Ben Affleck, and people no, fuck Ben Affleck. And
or Heath Ledger even.
Yeah.
Everyone lost their fucking shit.
Michael Keaton as well was like, Beetlejuice is Batman, we're gonna have Beetlejuice as Batman, come on. So, like, if
just, you can't please people.
It's really. Like, I'm very sorry to whoever this offends, but, like, if you're going to have any preconceptions of an actor based on one performance, you are not a smart human being.
It's a really bad way to look at things. Because that's like... It's like anything. You could watch a football match once, see one player make a mistake and go, he's poxy, and then someone says to you the next time, you do know that's a video of like Maradona or Ronaldo or blah 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 blah, and they're like one of the world's best players. It's like, it's pointless. Because humans, I know we make things we make split decisions, but the smart ones look into things before they actually pass their judgment. Which that's not a slight at you. People who don't bother looking.
It might be.
It might be. Depends on how I'm feeling later and when you ask me. But
depends on how many boomers you get into.
Depends on how many fucks I give at that moment.
So how many boomers you get into?
It's more so I have few when I'm not drinking. When I have drink, it starts going to like minus, so you need to give me fucks to not give you a fuck.
I have to lend you fucks to give.
Yeah, exactly. But like, it is one of those things of just give the dude a chance. Like, I know on my first reaction I was like, what? But I still went, he's not a bad actor, he was in a weird set of films.
Honestly, if you're still having doubts, like, honestly, look at his non-Twilight career and, like, view him as an actor, not just as fucking Edward What's-His-Face.
Yeah, if we did that with everybody, you'd look and go, oh, Heath Ledger, he was in Brokeback Mountain.
He was good in Brokeback Mountain.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, if someone, like, say someone who, because people are stupid, was offended by that film, they'd be like, I'm not watching that because he did a film where he was a gay cowboy.
I remember Doug Walker, like, Nostalgia Critic, made a good point. I think it was during the old versus new video for, like, The Dark Knight. For Batman. For, like, Batman 89.
Yeah.
He said something like, I mean, when I first heard the Joker casting, I was like, that dude from A Knight's Tale? First of all, I actually kind of low-key love that movie.
Yeah, that's But at
the same time, if you're going to look at A Knight's Tale and go, oh yeah, see him? Yeah, he's going to be the next Joker. Fuck off. Like,
no.
But like, then you see the trailer for The Dark Knight, and you're just like...
I think there was a point when we both watched that, we went, like, we thought you could do well, and all, because Heath Ledger, obviously, before he did that, was a critically acclaimed, amazing actor.
But like, I don't think I knew you before Dark Knight came out.
Yeah, we would have known each other around the time it came out.
Fuck, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Sorry, we just feel old.
Yeah, we start feeling old when we start talking about Dark Knight. We go, oh shit, no, we did know each other. But like, it's one of those things where we watched a trailer and we were both kind of like, we weren't going either way because we were like, we had reasons for not going either way because we weren't going to slate him because we were like, it's Heath Ledger. He's an amazing actor, straight out. And we were going, he's going to be fucking amazing because we just didn't know.
I kind of like how one of his closest friends is now playing the Joker.
Yeah, that's mad.
I don't care what most people say. That Joker movie looks good.
Great.
So see, here's the thing. It's a controversial opinion. I don't watch trailers.
Yeah.
At all these days. I used to love watching trailers. It used to be like the thing that, like, when I went to the cinema, it would be like a monumental event going to watch like the new trailers. But trailers these days just give too much away.
It's like, I think the first film where I realised that, or like, it probably wasn't I realised that, but when it became most apparent with every film after,
it was like superhero movies.
It was like superhero movies, and when Ted came out.
Yeah,
because that
all
thing
the jokes
had every single joke bar like 3. And I think they would have put in the 3 as well, but they didn't have enough time. They put in every single joke that would actually make you break your arse laughing in the ad. So when you walked into the cinema, you're there going, oh yeah,
you're just waiting for the joke. Then.
You're waiting for those jokes, and you're like, is there anything else?
I'm sure. I waited a while, then I watched Ted again with my mother.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
See, my mom hadn't seen the trailers or anything. She just thought that it was going to be like
a teddy bear.
She thought it was like some adorable film about a teddy bear and Mark Wahlberg. 2 awesome things, rolled into one.
Yeah, but then you remember Mark Wahlberg is in his general life doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, but then like she ended up loving it, and like I ended up loving it because like there's nothing better than like watching a comedy with someone who is genuinely enjoying it, but there's nothing better than watching a comedy that you haven't seen since you saw it in cinema or since it like first came out, like fresh from the the trailer fatigue, I guess.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So when BVS was coming out, I didn't actually watch any of the trailers.
Yeah.
I watched like the first teaser, and I was like,
yeah, because I remember
sweet.
when you were talking about it.
Yeah, because I remember because I saw that movie twice. Funny story.
Yeah.
Because I went and booked tickets for my birthday because it came out like literally the night before my birthday.
We were literally we were walking out of the cinema on your birthday, technically.
Yeah, and we went into work the next day.
We went into work the next day. We were both there. We were there, and like I think our boss turned around and was like, "Lads, you was alright," and we went. We were completely out of it, but we were just really happy, just stupid happy, like.
It's like not naming names for like security reasons, but like I love our boss.
Oh,
I love our boss.
If he watches, if he ever sees this, or anyone ever tells him that we mentioned this, he's the biggest. He's one of the biggest geniuses. He's an absolute legend.
He's work dad.
He's work dad. Yeah. He's work dad. Straight up.
Yeah.
He's absolute legend.
But anyways, yeah. So I saw it twice. I booked tickets for my birthday, and then like I had won tickets from Big Bang Comics, like to see the premiere. So I got to see like the movie early. So it's like. Cool, and I got to see it twice in a row. It was awesome. See, here's the thing: I went in without seeing any reviews. I went in without seeing any like trailers, bar like the first teaser.
Yeah,
and like the announcement from Comic-Con where like your man,
the Frank Miller.
Yeah, where when like it wasn't even any like it was the guy who played the general.
Yeah.
It was like he like put on like his best Batman impression.
Yeah, and then started reading out the line. Yeah.
For the record, he'd make a brilliant voice actor.
Yes, he would.
But like, anyways, yeah,
it was one of those things that took me like 2 watches to realise it wasn't like a voice actor.
Yeah.
That like who would have done Batman. I was actually like obviously I didn't think it was like fucking Kevin Conroy or anything like that, but I was sort of like,
it was a bit more Roger Craig Smith, like, you know,
or like I would have believed it was your man Jason. What's his name? He's Irish and he did the voice of Batman.
Jason O'Mara.
Yeah, Jason O'Mara. Well, I would have believed it was him. Like, because it wasn't that far off, and you know, like, it wasn't a perfect video, so I wasn't like, oh, it can't be him. But like, fair folks.
But the thing is, like, I haven't seen any promotional material bar those 2 things.
And like maybe some like posters and that'd be it. Honestly,
that was the time when I said to myself, fuck, I'm not watching trailers anymore, I'm not reading reviews anymore, because like I had my own opinion going in and then my own opinion coming out, and I loved it, like, genuinely. I don't think it was like Shakespeare or anything.
Like, yeah, it wasn't
monumental.
Yeah, it was like one of those things of you watch and
I had absolutely no preconceptions.
Yeah, you like that's like absolutely no preconceptions, and I think that's way better because, like, for instance, I watched all the trailers and shit for Hellboy, and the trailers alone, perfectly fine to deal with.
This is the new one.
This is the new one. When I then decided the day before I saw it to just look at a review just to see. Fucking it started annoying me. Because then I was just reading all the stuff that it was like, it's not Guillermo del Toro, it's not Ron Perlman, it has nothing to do with the prior films, you know, or like it doesn't carry on from the other films, and it's like, it's a reboot. Do you not understand what I mean, a reboot? And then when I went to see it, I was still like, I don't give a shit. If I like it, I like it. I really don't care. But I still had that thing in the back of my head going, lots of people aren't going to like this, but I said, here, fuck it. It's not for them. Because I think BVS is one of the things where it's like, if you would enjoy it, you enjoy it. Yeah, but I think Hellboy is one where it's like, you have to be a Hellboy fan to enjoy it.
But see, the thing is, when I came out of like the second viewing of BVS, like I think it was after work, we were kind of hanging out, and I decided, I'm going to watch all the trailers. Yeah. And by the time you actually watched all the trailers for Batman v Superman, you've actually seen 10% of the movie.
Yeah, you see like
that's not even a made-up statistic. Like, look it up. You actually have seen 10% of the movie.
Because you see most of, like, you see Doomsday, or you see Doomsday. You see, we won't get onto that. But you see the thing that was supposed to be Doomsday.
The thing.
You see Donatello from fucking Mutant Ninja Turtles anyway.
Or the Cave Troll.
So
it's just a shame because he looked a lot like Doomsday right before he died.
Yeah, right before he died he looked like Doomsday, but up until then he just looked like... He looked like a grey Venom with like a fucked up face. He looked like if one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles got swole and then Anti-Venom jumped on him.
So basically if one of the TMNT went to like a frat house?
Essentially. And white it up. But like, it's one of those things where...
Trying to fit in with society.
Yeah, fuck that shit. That's way too much hard work. But like, it was one of those things where like I did leave it and I did enjoy it. But then of course there was people who are wishy-washy about that shit.
And don't get me wrong, I can see why people would get mad at certain things, but I
100%.
feel like people are getting mad over stupid things.
Yeah, because I think people are just going to go with their gut reaction, and that's not a thing of going you're wrong or anything like that. It's just more so people's gut reaction is how they just feel off the initiative.
There was this really good movie called Room with Brie Larson.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I don't think so. I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
It was based off the Fritzl case.
Ah,
it was based off a book that was based off the Fritzl case. And they
fun.
they toned it back. I went into this movie not knowing what it was because I went to the IFI with a friend for his birthday.
Yeah.
And the thing that he wanted to go see was sold out. It was it was some silent movie. I don't know. I was putting up with it because it was his birthday.
The Artist or something like that.
So it was like some Italian silent film.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, and then it was all sold out, and I was like, oh no.
We don't have to see this thing I would have fallen asleep through.
Yeah, but then he's kind of like, you know what, fuck it, we're in the IFI, we're here now, let's book a different movie. So I was kind of like, okay, yeah, sure, fuck it. I like the IFI. I mean, there's a lot of indie movies I like. But then he was like, how about Room? I was kind of like, cool, yeah, I've never heard of this. I was like, oh, I recognize this person from other things here and there, I think Brie Larson is a good actress. Not so much a good person, but I think she's a good actress. I have my reasons. And
let's not go there.
I'm not going to go there today. But anyways, yeah, I loved the movie. I had absolutely no idea what it was going to be about because I had no idea what it was based on. I went into this movie completely blind. I was as blind as Daredevil going into this shit. So basic senses. Didn't know what to expect. But anyways, yeah, I ended up coming out of that movie that was the best movie I saw that year.
Yeah.
And it came down to I didn't know what it was about. The twists made more sense because I didn't know what it was based on. I hadn't seen any trailers, and I was like, holy crap, I'm going to start seeing more movies like this. And I have, and I've started enjoying movies a lot more. I started seeing movies and then watching reviews or reading reviews. Sorry. Oh god. Morty. After I'd seen it then. And then kind of said to myself, man, critics are extensively harsh these days.
Yeah, I think it's more so it's and I think it's extensively harsh at anything that's not Oscar bait. I think that is a big part of it as well. If it's not something where they can turn around and go, here, I was right, this one, A, B, C, and D, they're like, no. Just no. That's it. And I also think it could be a case of just people, because I remember a couple of years ago when Expendables came out. Not saying it's a pinnacle of anything, I'm just saying as an example. I can't remember which newspaper it was, but I remember reading about a critic got sent to it who did not enjoy action films. So she slated it.
Of course.
And it's a thing of, she's not wrong at all. But she hates action films. So that's like sending me to go see Twilight. If it was out then, I would have been sitting there going, oh, just full shit. Or if you sent me to see, to be fair, I've quite a wide taste, so it's kind of hard to think
I was just about to say,
it's kind of hard for me to think off the top.
It's like sending me into a musical.
Yeah, it's like sending you into a musical where you just be like, this just doesn't appeal to me. At all. Which is 100% fair. I would walk in and go,
of course I'm going to have a bias. Sure, even going into BVS, I was going to have a DC bias of some regard. But on that note, I'm actually quite a harsh critic when it comes to superhero movies because I expect better. But
100%.
The thing is, I think I completely benefit from not seeing anything on the way in. Sure, these days, I went to see freaking. It wasn't Detective Pikachu because I watched the trailers through that because
that's what those ones were.
Films that I'd already seen. There was a How to Train Your Dragon trailer, and I'd already seen that with Rory.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I don't know. I went to see something recently enough, and I actually put my headphones in through the trailer so I wouldn't get spoiled on anything because the new Star Wars trailer was circulating,
was on,
and I still haven't seen that trailer because I don't want to know anything going in because of how harshly I've been criticizing the sequel trilogy. Because again, it's a thing of I absolutely freaking love Star Wars, and I expect better than I got.
To be fair, you really enjoyed Solo, but that was about it. That's the only one where you came
But I didn't see trailers for Solo.
Yeah, you didn't see trailers for Solo. That was the only film where you came back ranting and raving. And that's the thing with Graham, if you really enjoyed something, it won't be he sits down and talks to you rationally. As soon as it comes into the conversation, he will go. It's It's like setting off the fucking, setting off the cage at a Greyhound track. He's gone. There's no middle ground.
There's no fuse, it's a kill switch.
It's a kill switch. It's either he was like, he will, like, if I'm going to use that analogy of Greyhound, the lads, like, the Greyhound sat in the cage and didn't give a shit, or he went off and won the entire thing because he's buzzed off his face. He's just real happy. That's how I describe how Graham sort of reacts to things. It's like films. When he's really hyped about something, he'll tell you. If he's not, he's like, whatever.
Yeah, it's like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Whereas I was kind of like...
When I went to see Solo, I was actually expecting it to be terrible.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was expecting the worst. Like, I went to see it with a friend for his birthday, and I was sitting there thinking to myself, please don't suck, 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 please don't suck.
And I actually remember that because you texted me that day being like... It was like a mixture between like, I'm going to see Solo. It was like, oh, well, I hope you enjoy it. He's like, so do I. But it was also a thing of like, so do I, because I'm going to be really annoyed if it sucks. But I won't be surprised if it sucks. Like, and I was like, alright, I don't know how you're going to feel after this then.
But... It's the thing that like, Han Solo is my favourite Star Wars character. Like, Anakin might be my favourite Jedi.
But character.
But like, Han Solo is like, he's the fucking man.
Yeah.
To me.
But Harrison Ford's just a beast in general.
He is.
Everything he touches is just like pure gold.
Yeah, I mean, he was the best thing about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Actually, you know what? Controversial opinion, I prefer Crystal Skull to fucking Temple of Doom.
I actually rather Raiders of the Lost... not Raiders, I rather Last Crusade.
Oh, Crusade is my favourite.
Crusade. I like the film in general, but like, just Indiana Jones and you stuck in Sean Connery, you've got me.
You got your honey trap right there.
Yeah, I got my trap right there.
He's like,
I called upon the rocks and the birds and the trees. Sorry, sorry. Just whenever I think of that always pops into my head. Or like what's the other one? No, it's not him. There's another line that always pops into my head, but I'm about to forget them now. To be fair, I'll just say this: but Sean Connery's the most quotable human being you could ever think about.
Apart from maybe Charlie Sheen.
But Charlie Sheen's just because he's mad. Like,
oh, yeah,
Sean Connery's just because he's fucking cool. Yeah. I don't care how old that man gets or anything. He's still going to be infinitely cooler than me, no matter what. Or anyone, most people I can think of. It's like, yeah, you might be Ben Affleck. Yeah, you might be like Robert Pattinson, Ben Affleck. Yeah, you might have been Batman. But you had to dress up as Batman. I am Sean Connery.
But anyway, where I was going with that was, like, I was sitting in the cinema, like, thinking to myself, I wonder if I slip out to the bathroom when the lights go down, they won't notice that I've left. But then the movie started, and like I wasn't one of those Rogue One guys where like I didn't get my title crawl, therefore I am annoyed, and this is the worst Star Wars ever. Because like frankly, I loved Rogue One; it's one of my favorites. Like blew me away. Again, it was one of those things where I was expecting nothing, and I got blown the fuck away. So then when Solo started up, I was kind of like, okay, this feels like Star Wars. This feels like Star Wars. This feels like Star Wars.
And we can't tell the rest of the story because the inappropriate things happen.
Oh, yeah, no, man, I came.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, though, like, I loved that film immensely, that it is officially my second favourite Star Wars movie. Like, and the only reason I say second favourite is because I have Return of the Jedi on such a high fucking pedestal that, like... I'm sorry, like, Return of the Jedi will never come down off that freaking pedestal that I have it on. Like, it's just...
I think the film that... Because I haven't really done it yet, because, like, the last film I really wanted to see was Hellboy, and I watched everything for that. Just because I was so hyped. I was just, like... Not even hyped where I was like, oh, it's going to be amazing. I was just really excited just even to see these frames come to life. Like, because it was actually going to be based off Hellboy comics.
Yeah.
I think the one I'm going to start off on, which I know lots of people would be like, oh, well, it's not even started production yet. But I'm not going to watch a single thing of it, no trailers, no nothing, is the Spawn reboot that's coming out with Jamie Foxx. Because one, I think he's going to do a great job.
Oh,
Todd McFarlane is writing it, but he's directing it. And it's going to be his directorial debut, which I think, in terms of like, I don't think it's going to be a thing where it's like, entirely just him doing his own thing. I think it's gonna have to be someone, because like if you turned around and you said, right, let me think of someone who would actually be around now where it would actually apply. Like if they turned around and said Mike Mignola is gonna direct the Hellboy film, they wouldn't just go do everything. They'd go, here's a director who's going to help you.
See, here's the thing.
I think it's going to be he's going to be director, but he's going to have like an assistant director.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like he needs a co-director. Like an assistant director is a completely different thing. The assistant director, like impromptu film school.
Boom.
Assistant director, like a first AD.
Yeah.
Is the person who has like the shot list. They have like the schedule. It's like they're the director's pain in the ass, but they're the
backbone of getting it done. Like.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like the director directs the actors. They direct the crew.
Yeah.
But the first AD makes sure the director... They're pretty much the
doing what
director.
he's supposed to be doing at the time.
It's the director's director in a way. Like they say first assistant director, but technically speaking the first AD is more important than the director because if a director doesn't have a certain shot by a certain time, they're the one who goes, sorry there, Stanley Kubrick, you have to go into the next shot, you have to go into the next take. Sorry, no,
we don't have the time.
We no longer have time for this. Like, they're pivotal for TV.
Oh, 100%.
They are, like, if you think...
I could easily imagine it being way more for film, because it's like, there's so much more to get through.
The thing with film is you can keep pushing back the release date until such time you can have a press release like, okay, we are pushing it back because ABC 1, 2, 3.
Whereas, like, if it was like Game of Thrones, it'd be like, they can't really do that.
They can because it's HBO.
Yeah, well, that was a bad example then. So say like something like
the Flash can't.
The Flash, yeah, they can because they have
CW
like
shows are on such a strict schedule that they have to like. They need to have a first AD. Like, yeah, it's like, don't get me wrong, love Kevin Smith to pieces, but the episodes that he directed, and he is, don't shit on me because he is like quoted saying this on Fat Man Beyond. First of all, it's really nice of you to say Fat Man Beyond. Like, he's healthy.
Yeah, he's he is like.
He's out of the heart attack zone now.
He's great. Like, it's one of those things when I remember him from like when we were younger, and it was like a thing of you look at him and go, oh, like he's just Kevin Smith. Like you wouldn't think about like maybe he's got like his own health issues and everything because of it. But then it's like when you hear about it, and then the next time you see him, he's like shredded near enough. Like not as in like he doesn't look like fucking Hulk or anything, but in terms of where he's at now, he looks incredible.
I still voted for the rename to be Jacked Man on Batman.
Yeah, Jacked Man on Batman. I love that one.
Where I was going with the Kevin Smith thing is, he said on Fat Man Beyond, like, yeah, man, I directed the actors, but they did most of the work themselves on the grounds that they knew the characters. To an extent, I agree. He still directed the actors. He still has the toys, and he's still playing with them.
But the toys have their own.
They're sentient. They're Toy Story.
Yeah, but, they have their own sense of what's going on.
But the first AD is the guy who had to tap like Kevin Smith on the shoulder, like, "Hey, man, big fan. Move on."
Yeah, like get your ass in gear before I kick it.
Because like when you're on TV, like this is the goddamn career I want to go into. Yet it doesn't sound appealing right now.
To be fair, like if I was you, I'd be there going, "Lad, you're the guy who's going to get told off repeatedly."
Yeah, like
or you're going to be the guy who tells people off repeatedly.
I'll probably be the guy who tells people.
Yeah, to be fair.
I'm firm but fair.
Firm but fair, yeah.
I have very few demands, but in anyways.
Well, a few extra ones for me.
But in any case, the thing with TV is you are on such a tight goddamn schedule that if you mess up even the slightest bit of equilibrium on that schedule, you are in for a bad time. You are like, it's not even a thing of. Here's the thing: you can make mistakes in movies. You can't make mistakes in TV. If you make mistakes in TV, your ass is grass. Yeah. Because like, here's the thing. People, you probably saw the memes going around, like, but in Game of Thrones there was the recent whole thing about the
coffee cup. And then wasn't there like a water bottle in like the most recent ones? Like, lads, you got caught out for it once. Finale. Don't do it fucking again. You had one episode not to fuck up.
Like, here's the thing about that though. I'm actually going to let that slide, and I'm going to tell you why I'm going to let that slide.
I mean, I get exactly, but it's just like, if you get so far without doing it, and then you do it once, it's like, alright, fair enough, they're not going to do it again. And then literally, in terms of in-show continuity, minutes to hours later, another fucking thing is in it. It's kind of like, lads, why didn't you just, like, click on? But then again, they're in their last, they're probably just all tired, and they're just like, lads,
I want to go home, man.
Look, I want to go home.
I'm
dying with sweat and I'm in full fucking leather armour. Give me a poxy break.
You see, the whole thing with the Game of Thrones problem there, the reason I'm going to let it slide is because of the schedule. Yeah. They already had to push it back a whole year. Mm-hmm. That's a whole year that they couldn't spend working on the actual set or working on shots, I guess. So it's like, one coffee cup gets let in and one water bottle gets let in. It's kind of like, well, first of all, they can't fire me. It's the last season.
Yeah, so it's like, lads, what the fuck are you gonna do?
But at the same time, I'm gonna let it slide just because, like, it's long hours.
Yeah, they all must be shattered, to be fair to them.
Like, they're going to be doing, like, 12 to 14 hour shifts, maybe even sometimes longer. They might actually have to stay on location for the whole day. Like, you were there for the day in the snow. So
now they get paid 120 for those hours.
Exactly, yeah. And so the thing is, I'm gonna let it slide on the grounds. That shit's stressful. Like, I've been that person.
Yeah, it's like...
On no budget, I've been that person. No budget, so I can only imagine on a high budget...
It's like...
Where you have to carry rigs everywhere.
Yeah.
And you have to, like, get...
Sure, like, we've done shit where it's like, we haven't had that much and yet it's still a pain in the dick in, like, Irish winters, like... or even when we had the snows and shit,
that was like... this thing wet.
Yeah, that's like... This is like...
If you could see
this thing, it's like, honestly, you're fucked. Like, because we've had moments where it's like a bit of snow or something, or like has gotten near the camera, and we both had a panic attack.
Like you know the big snow last year.
Yeah, exactly.
I made an entire short film in that. I'm actually not allowed to release it yet.
Wait.
But that was the most stressful.
Oh no!
24 hours.
Because like the fact that we were carried around like when it was just cold, and we were like, this thing cannot touch the ground. It cannot touch anything. Yeah. It can barely touch air. And then I just see this thing, and I'm like,
well, the last time it was even more stressful with you because it wasn't my camera.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I've only had this thing like
2 years. It was very similar in terms of how we had to be super careful with it.
Yeah.
But then you had the added pressure of if anything happens to this thing,
we're fucked.
We're so absolutely fucked. And it's like, there's just nothing you can do about it. But, what was it? Yeah, the other thing about it's actually like one of two things I've seen about the Spawn film so far, bar that it's getting filmed. Apparently production's going to start next month. Like, it just got funded. Apparently Todd McFarlane, two things I've heard him say about it. One, he wants to be the kind of film that kids accidentally walk into and start crying in. Which... big up for just not giving a shit. Which, like here, like, I have nothing against, like, kids or anything like that. But, being able to just turn around and say, fuck yeah, this is what I want to do. Fair play. Yeah. And then, totally different story here. He's probably just going, my hero. But, the other thing is he actually said he wants to do, the way he wants to portray the whole film, is he wants to make it like Jaws. Where Spawn is the shark. And it's like, he had a brilliant quote where I think it was like, did they explain to me, like, they're not going to do, like, the origin story in it. And the reason why he said is, like, did they explain why the shark was so big? No. Did they explain where it came from? No. Why would I do it? It's like...
I think, here's the thing, there's a controversial opinion about Spawn. Oh, the battery's about to go, so I'm going to make this quick. The controversial opinion that I have about Spawn is that I feel like his origin is best told in later volumes and later sequels.
In terms of film, anyway.
Yeah. I'm going to stop that and charge the battery. We can take a break.
Oh god.
So we're back after a break. You've noticed the cups and whatnot are gone, but
magic.
We were previously making the point that he wanted it to be he wants it to be kind of like Jaws.
Yeah.
But then that kind of gave me the idea. I might have brought it up the last day. I'm not entirely sure. Stop me if I have. I've definitely brought it up to you, but if we can do like a horror Spawn movie where he is like Jaws.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be so fucking cool to have a Batman movie from thugs' perspectives?
Oh yeah, I remember you mentioned this to me. Like, that would be fucking... I think that would be fantastic. Just purely out of... Like, they kind of mildly did it in, like, for, like, AC in like, BVS. And I thought that was fantastic.
His first scene.
Like, his first scene is purely, like, you don't see him for the entire thing. Bar when he's, like, beating the shit out of the last dude.
They tried to do it again in Justice League, and it looked so dopey.
Yeah, like... I think it's just one of those things of, like, if that scene was, like, lit as bright as Justice League was, you would see him moving around. So you'd be like, how does he not see him? He's right there. Like, I mean, from an audience perspective.
But see, the thing is, I think it was meant to be funny in Justice League, but it's like the thug, he looks over and he's scared. I'm like, oh my god, are they going to cut to, like, a silhouette of Batman on another building? He cuts over to the other building, and it's Batman, just like, hi!
Hi, guy! Hi, how you doing? Oh, Batman!
Drop the bag! But,
I want some coke!
That's secretly what Bruce Wayne is doing with his millions. Billions even.
Yeah, like why would you need to spend money on it when you can just beat the shit out of a coke dealer?
Exactly. Yeah.
I need a bump.
That's his real.
Coping mechanism.
That's his real coping mechanism. His coking mechanism, if you will.
Yeah. And it's literally the only reason why he's still fit, because like he works out or whatever, but like how he's so shredded, he's still taking coke.
Sir, you have a death wish. I can stop whenever I want, Alfred. What? No, I'm into vigilantism. Me too.
Totally. You need to stop with the cocaine. I can talk by any point. Mr. Wayne, there's a spoon up your nose. That has nothing to do with the cocaine.
How does that even happen? I'm Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen is Batman.
I've got bat blood.
I'm by justice, okay?
Jesus Christ. Well, it's one of those things where I don't feel sorry about that one because Charlie Sheen said worse about himself.
I mean, he did call his ex-wife the N-word.
That was pretty sus. And that whole thing of like dressing up as Thor in the middle of like nowhere and like a bunch of front when he actually had his breakdown, like
I didn't hear about that one. Now.
Yeah, like I think it was like he had like I think he was supposed to be like Thor or something like that. He was dressed up.
Screw Robert Pattinson. I want Charlie Sheen's Batman just to see what had happened.
To be fair, that's like the deranged like. I'm trying to. There is no version that I could think.
Imagine they do Batman Beyond, but with Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen is like old man like Batman just been.
And the reason he has all the heart problems is because he's snorting all the cocaine.
Jesus Christ! You know what the one I'd probably take the cake would be.
What?
Like it was just a thing where it was Charlie Sheen, but he was playing old man Bruce, like your man. You know the second episode of Rick and Morty. It's like the Christmas one where there's like your man, the dying Santa that has Anatomy Park from. Reuben, where it's just like he just actually doesn't have any lines. He just stands there. He's like Pearl Harbor. it's just like Batman. It's like I'm Batman, and then it's just like Joker. It's like just someone will say something and it'd be like they'll be talking away in another room, and you'll just hear silent, like very quietly, just hear Mr. Freeze.
He'd be like a Pokemon.
Yeah, but except that hasn't like one word. He'll have like random characters' names.
He can only say other people's names, but he can't say his own.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like Selena Kyle.
Dust shoot. Oh, we're horrible.
I hear there's a lot worse people out there. We just say horrible things. We don't do them.
No, but seriously, like a horror Batman movie would be awesome. Would be awesome. Especially if they got like. Imagine they did Arkham Asylum, written by Grant Morrison, directed by David Lynch.
That'd be pretty fucking epic.
Because like, here's the thing, David Lynch gets really trippy and really dreamy, to quote him, in his own work. So imagine it's like Arkham Asylum isn't supposed to be.
Nah, it's not supposed to be like it's
not like, in continuity. It is Batman's worst nightmare. It's why when you're reading the art's nearly kind of peeling off the page. It's like an oil painting.
It's a trippy ass read if you haven't read it. Like Jesus Christ.
First of all, if you haven't read it, what the fuck you do with your life? But
like honestly, it's one of those things where you look at some of the pages and you actually start questioning like your own sanity. You're actually like, am I seeing what I'm seeing, or am I like losing my mind more than the people know?
Which really does work because like you're reading from the perspective of Amadeus Arkham, who
did
was lose his mind.
Batshit crazy. Yeah. God damn it, that's his job. But
it's spreading.
Yeah, not like
much like the virus that is in DCeased. Pick it up if you haven't already.
I was going to say gonorrhea, but hell no.
I mean, we already made the herpes.
Yeah, we already made the herpes joke. Yeah, but no, like it is well worth reading. I'll say that much. Yeah, like it's not something that I'd be. If you weren't Irish reading it, I wouldn't probably force you into reading it. But if you wanted to, I'd encourage you.
No, it's like the thing is, I'm very biased towards Grant Morrison just because he is my favourite comic book writer of all time, hands down.
Oh, I mean this. When it comes to Arkham, read that shit.
But like hands down, Grant Morrison is my favourite comic book writer of all time.
Yeah. He'd be up there. Perfect.
Mostly because he had to work with that dickhead of an artist on Arkham Asylum, because like when he was on Kevin Smith's podcast, the Better podcast, and this one. If you're bored of this, go listen to Fat Man and Batman.
This is pretty much going to be two Irish lads who pretty much tell you, go watch something else.
We warned you.
We warned you. It's going to get bad.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's bad. It's going to get worse.
But anyways, yeah.
Optimism.
He was mentioning on
Batman.
back when it was called Fat Man on Batman. It was that long ago. He was talking about how he originally had pages with Robin in it. Like, it was meant to be, like, he was hinting it was supposed to be Tim Drake, but, like, it was just Robin.
Yeah, it was just, like...
It was a Robin.
Yeah, it was one of them. Just, like say whoever you want.
He wasn't supposed to go into the asylum. It was supposed to be a thing of, stay outside!
Stay outside, you little bitch!
Like, the reason I think it's Tim is if Bruce had to tell him to stay outside, it's thing that...
It's not Jason.
Exactly.
Because he would have just been like,
first of all, Jason,
stay here, but I know you're not going to be here when I get back.
It's like, here's the thing, Jason wouldn't stay outside, and he wouldn't tell Dick to stay outside.
He'd just be like...
So he's really harsh on Tim because Jason died. He's kind of like,
exactly.
Listen, I know you're a badass. You don't have to keep telling me you're a badass. Just
stay in the car. Don't move my seat. Don't fuck about with the air conditioning.
Leave the window open a crack. Ace needs to breathe. He also likes show tunes. Stick it on FM 104.
That just makes me think that, like, Batman's on, like, a drive home and fucking Joe Duffy or something comes on and he's like, oh, fuck, dickhead. You know, like...
Or no, he's like, Ace is in the backseat. How much is that doggy in the window?
Oh, God. Now I'm just imagining, like, as it goes on, like, he has to make the Batmobile slightly bigger every time to accommodate all the pets, like, back out and all that shit. It's just like...
That's why he has a tank now.
Yeah, exactly.
They all wouldn't fit on the Batplane. But,
oh, God. Imagine he's trying to fit it on and it, like, takes one step.
But apparently the artist in Arkham Asylum refused to draw Robin. Like, he was being all like, no, Robin's gay, I don't want to draw him. Robin is stupid, he's all ridiculous, and he's red, and he's yellow, he's black, and he's stupid, just, he's gay. Make him kiss. And, so yeah, like, but apparently Grant Morrison had, like, so much more he wanted to do with Arkham Asylum. And, like, I'm pretty sure, now, I haven't read it all myself yet, because I'm saving it for the rainiest of rainy days.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those ones where it's like, you trip as you read it.
Yeah, because he has one of the original scripts printed into the back. You can actually get it in any print of Arkham Asylum from, like, 2010 onwards, I think.
Yeah, I think it's about that. Maybe. It was
the reprint of the year the game came out.
2010?
Yeah.
I think, maybe.
9, maybe?
2009, 10, maybe? Somewhere around there, yeah. Somewhere around there, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It's been a while.
Because I think like, the second was, like, 2012.
Yeah, because like, the original concept for Arkham Asylum was supposed to be a Gotham by Gaslight game.
Yeah, and then they got
streamlined, and then they were kind of like, okay, well, we can't have Gaslight.
I think it was literally a thing where they just lost funding and they went, well, let's just do something else instead.
Well, yeah, but like they ended up they wanted to do like a trippy version.
Yeah.
Like, they wanted to do like a book adaptation, but then they were kind of like, nah, let's make it a little bit more real world because Batman Begins and the Dark Knight trilogy is really
super
popular right now.
Yeah.
Which is why the soundtrack actually changed into like an amalgam of like Danny Elfman and like Hans Zimmer's score in like Arkham City onwards. Like, in fact, if you listen to the multiplayer soundtrack in Arkham Origins, I'm pretty sure it's Batman Begins just ripped out.
It does just sound like just sort of like ripped it, like you ripped it out and then just mess with it in Audacity a little bit and just went, fuck that.
Because it doesn't sound like a Christopher Drake piece, even though it's totally by him.
Oh yeah, it is. It's just one of those things where you listen to it and you go, wait a minute.
It's kind of like, yo, Christopher.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Christopher, you know the soundtrack? Yeah, the soundtrack. What soundtrack? The soundtrack. You did for Batman. You know, you're going to have to narrow it down to Dio. The soundtrack you did for Batman. For the Arkham City.
We throw so much fucking shade his way. One of these days we're going to be filming and he's going to kick down the fucking door.
Christopher, what I need you to do is I need you to take that soundtrack. I need you to be Hans Zimmer. Isn't that a little bit disrespectful, sir? You know, like, disrespectful to, like, you know, another composer basically kind of ripping us up? The fans will love it! Oh my god, I think he finally died. I'm free! Oh god damn it. I take the mick out of DDO. He actually had nothing to do with the Arkham Asylum.
That's why I'm going, why the fuck are you ripping the shit out of man when we're talking about nothing to do with him?
I mean, I'm pretty sure he doesn't even smoke. It's just the voice that I hear for any corporate douchebag. Moving on! But
well, like if we want to get like copyright strikes or like getting taken down for DC, we're doing pretty fucking well.
We don't need to worry about copyright strikes. This isn't monetized.
No, but like if we ever do get to that point, like it's gonna be a thing where it's gonna be like someone at DC is gonna see like the first 3 episodes and go, well, strike.
Jake, I'm sorry, we've said fuck too many times.
Yeah, to be fair, we've said fuck way too many times. This is just for the crack. Here, fucking Patreon. Fuck. It's Rebels!
It's like, have you ever seen the Rooster Teeth video where they edited together every time the F-bomb was dropped in Mafia 2?
Yeah.
If we could get to a stage of cult following.
Yeah, if we could get to that stage
where someone out there has made a compilation every time we said the F-bomb.
It'd definitely be an American though. It'd definitely, like, not being bad, but like, it wouldn't be an Irish person, because it'd just be a normal thing to them. In America, it's much bigger deal to say fuck. Whereas here, it's like a descriptive word.
I don't know.
It was fucking roasting today, which it was, to be fair. It was very roasting.
I don't know. A lot of my American friends do like...
I mean, as in the general...
Then again, they're from Boston and Chicago. What the fuck am I talking about?
They're pretty much us with just like less Irish accents. In terms of attitude, like.
Yeah, I mean, apparently not America, but if you go to Newfoundland and Canada, apparently they all sound like they're from Dublin.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like a vast majority of them sound like they're from Dublin because we all fucking emigrated there.
Yeah, exactly, because like, to be
impromptu history lesson.
Yeah, Americans, that's why you probably might have a Irish heritage. Not because we actually want to go anywhere, it's just that we had fuck all else to go.
Anyway.
We're here, screw it. But,
read Arkham Asylum.
Read Arkham Asylum, yeah. We just get on the weirdest tangents and I don't really mind. But,
snowflakes are gonna hate us.
Here, we're not here for that. Like, here, if you are offended by anything we say,
touch it.
Hard luck. Really hard luck. Because to be fair, if you don't like it, don't watch it. That's all I can say. Just don't watch. And if you want to leave a couple of hate comments or something like that, here, we could use that for more content, to be fair.
I'd actually have them them iced on some biscuits for my tea. Well, for my tea, for my coffee, because I don't drink tea.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
Either that or we just get like a load of snowflake things and just melt them.
Xenophobic Irish. Oh, you dropped the C-bomb.
Woo!
That one's for the coffee.
To be fair, it's one of those things where it's just like, we don't hate anybody, we just don't give a shit.
No, see, here's the thing. It's not that we don't hate anyone, it's just that we hate everyone equally.
Yeah, we just don't really.
Except for Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's the king.
We love you, Tom Brady.
We love you, Tom. It mightn't mean much coming from us, but we love
you, Tom Brady.
But like this, it's just one of those things that we say what we. Yeah, I know. I can see it on the camera, so I can see it out of the corner of my eye as well. It's just one of those things. We say what we think is funny, and if you don't like it, it's not your kind of cup of tea. Watch something else. But to be fair though, we have these cute ass bunnies over here.
Hi, Jake.
These are our spirit animals. They look cute, but they're fucking horrifying beasts. Like, honestly, look at the eyes on that thing. Please get that thing away from me. Fuck off.
Why, Jake? I love you. I love you, Jake.
I swear to... So weird.
Actually, no, I know what one will freak him out even more.
Oh, fuck off.
Kill me.
This is the one I like to affectionately call Nam Bunny, because I feel like he's seen some shit. Honestly, you can't see it on the camera, but they have like reflective eyes, so like the pupils are like bright orange. It is creepy as shit.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Jesus Christ. We're gonna like if we get to the point where we have like any sort of following, we're gonna have like t-shirts with them, but they're gonna be like demons and shit.
Yeah. Oh, my dick fell.
My dick fell off the table.
Keep them entertained. That is going to drive me insane.
Yeah, but here, it's just one of those things. Like, may as well just have a laugh, and we're not serious about a lot of things, so who gives a shit?
Which is why I've been fired 37 times.
Which is why I never got hired. Oh, that's a lie. Yeah, that's. But no, honestly, really, 100%. We might have gotten this across since we went on so many goddamn tangents because, to be fair, we haven't seen each other in a bit.
I feel like we talked about it enough. Though.
Oh, we talked about it enough.
I'm pretty sure we got like what we wanted to say.
We got what we wanted to say, but I'd say if you boil it down to when we talked about the book, we've probably got like a 30-minute video. Maybe. We've probably got like a 2.5 hour commentary at this point with all the shit we ended up talking about. But
I'm probably going to have to cut some of the jabs.
Oh, yes.
Some of them.
Here, screw it. Here.
Yeah.
We'll make it work. Screw it. But no, honestly, very interesting. And if you're kind of looking at it going, it's just going to be DC Marvel Zombies.
You're probably right, and it's amazing.
You're probably right, but it's worth reading. And even if you're wrong, it's interesting.
See, here's the thing. Actually, if you're getting fatigued from the mainline continuity, which a lot of people do, especially at this stage where we're coming towards the end of one reboot after the start of another soft reboot after Doomsday Clock finishes off, which I will be covering as the other issues come out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
damn, how many reboots have we seen like last 10 years?
Actually,
like
you know what?
4?
Not many. Not all that many. Since
New 52.
Since New 52, we had one soft reboot and one hard reboot.
It feels like more.
It does.
It does really feel like
it. Just
I know, but like it just
like different writers keep changing over, but that's how it's always worked. The thing.
No, but like as in, it just feels like I don't know what. Not even about writers. It just feels like there's been more reboots. I think it's just because people, because like obviously we've all gone on about them so much because like. This character's dead, this character's not, oh they're back again, this one's dead, or this one's not in canon, this one isn't canon, time travel,
but like, seriously,
Doctor Who's going to be in it for some reason.
If you're getting like fatigued from the current continuity, the current state of things, because like, while I'm still quite enjoying where Rebirth or DC Universe is what it's called now, is at, or rather it's called DC Universe again, but like, if that's where you're at, and I understand why some people would be fatigued with it. I'm personally still kind of loving it.
Yeah.
Like a Smarties McFlurry from McDonald's, only $2.50. Anyways, yeah.
We're gonna piss off. I'm gonna put this down right now, as I will put this down as a tenor bet to anyone. We're gonna piss off if anyone ever mentions this to any corporations. We'll piss off every corporation on the planet, and we'll end up assassinated by next month.
Despite giving them business on their delicious Smarties McFlurries for only $2.50. But no, like if you like look for something a little different, this is the little different that you need. I mean, because we have a lot of Black Label stuff out at the moment for DC. Like we have like the Batman Who Laughs. We have like the Grim Knight, Last Night on Earth, and all that sort of stuff. But if you want even something that's breaking the mold of like the Scott Snyder books, that like don't get me wrong, he's an amazing writer for DC. He's done amazing things for the New 52. He was probably one of the most consistently good writers throughout the entirety of the New 52.
Yeah, straight.
But every dog kind of has his day, and I personally think he has. Like, people are kind of hyping up the Grim Knight thing as, oh, it's the last Batman book Scott Snyder will do with Greg Capullo for a while.
Yeah, but...
And then I'm kind of like, yeah, that's great, but I kind of tapped out in around Super Heavy, or like around Endgame, or around like fucking...
Whichever
right before Rebirth. To be honest with you, I wasn't really hyped about Metal, which I was expecting to be Black Label, but wasn't.
Yeah.
Like, it introduced the Dark Multiverse, which is great.
That's awesome.
Like, Metal was just one of those things where I was far interested about the side stories, not so much about the main story.
I think we said it last week that Metal, it was one of those things where the main story actually it was less enjoyable because the stuff that made it entertaining was the side stories. Like, and the fact that
Death Racer, man.
Yeah, and the fact that it was like they did like side stories for each of the Dark Knights. But then they didn't really do all that much. There was a lot of it where they was just, we're gonna go do this thing and fix that thing, and you wouldn't see them for like 2 issues or something like, or they do nothing for 2 issues. Like, and I know it's supposed to be a thing of they're in the respective cities doing their thing, but you think as much as like they're supposed to be these like incredible, like, they're supposed to be these powerful villains and all this. All they really do is fuck with some cities that get fucked up every other week.
Yeah, but like the entire point that I'm going arse about ways about making is that it is probably the most different thing DC has done in a while for the better.
Yeah.
I just think that
it could have been done better.
No, not even. I just think. I'm talking about DCeased. At this point. Like,
DCeased. Different story. Different story.
The point that I'm making about that is it is so out of left field in the best way possible, because like I wouldn't necessarily call the writer a newcomer. He's done loads of other things.
Yeah.
His full name, I know his surname's Taylor, but his first name
is, I can't think off the top of my head.
It's in the title page. Tom Taylor.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Toms working on Batman.
Tom.
But honestly, the guy gets suspense. He gets horror. He ticks all the boxes for me. I would highly recommend the book. Just break the mold. Look for something a little different. And if you're looking for that little different thing that isn't just continuity, oh, you need to read this to read this, or read this to read this. It is like, hey, in these first 3 pages, here are these characters, and here is the story. You can just jump right in. It is a perfect jump on point for
it really
for
is.
so many reasons that. Just read the fucking book, man.
Yeah, just give it a chance.
There's only so many different ways I could say read the fucking book.
Yeah, like it's only, and if it's a like first issue, it's only a couple quid. It's not like you're gonna be breaking yourself if you don't enjoy it.
And they have sick variant covers. If you're the kind of person who like you will buy a comic and you'll frame it. Like I personally don't like it. I like putting them in like a protector and I'll take them out and reread them.
Yeah.
But if you like putting them in a frame, like the variant covers for this have been amazing. There was like a really cool one where it is just like zombie Batman.
Yeah, it's really
like a really high profile, like almost.
Really,
it's almost like a photograph.
Yeah, it's almost like a mugshot, well, like an extreme mugshot. But it's like, even though it's only like you can only see like eyes and the lower jaw, it is still quite grotesque, and it's great looking.
Most of the variants are the same freaking price as the bog standard.
I think pretty much. I think like this one is, and the other one I think is only like a quid or two more. It's not that much more. I don't think
the profile one.
The profile one, I don't think. If it is, I don't think it's that much more. Then
Big Bang Comics has it for the exact same price as the bog standard issues. Last I checked, anyway.
It's gonna be one of those things where no one wants to deal with us. Straight up, and we are okay with that. But like, screw it. It is very good though. Highly recommend it. And sure, like if you're still within that mold of I'm just kind of burned out on DC, just play a random game. Just pick up the first thing off the wall and give it a chance.
Like, Adidas just got reprinted.
Yeah, literally, it must have been only printed in like the last couple of weeks because it literally says in the inside cover May 2019. The reprint of Spawn, which, god damn, if you don't know Spawn and you really like, if you enjoy Batman, you'll really enjoy Spawn, considering that like...
If you enjoy Venom, you'll also enjoy Spawn.
Oh yeah, in more recent stuff than this, he looks a lot more like Spawn than he already did. Sorry, go ahead. But, no, really fantastic book. Todd McFarlane, brilliant writer, brilliant artist. I'd say, might be controversial to some people, I think one of the best looking comic book characters out there, 99% of which is down to the cape.
Oh,
the cape just looks epic. If you've never like seen a Spawn page before, just even go on Google right now. Look at Spawn. Incredible.
One of the few things the original movie got right was straight up just like the cape.
Just the fact that it's like, it's like I'm not gonna...
It's alive.
It is alive. It is like the whole suit is alive, but that's another thing entirely. But this is the first origin. It's pretty much everything on.
Very recently reprinted, so it's very accessible. And they have 4 volumes out? 5?
They have like 8 or 10.
They went the whole hog.
They went the whole hog. Like it's literally a thing of I think you can read the entire story of Spawn, like the origin story, and like the first like 4. Maybe 5 story arcs straight out the bat.
And if this is any incentive, Image Comics do this amazing thing where the first volume of every series is 10 quid.
10 quid. And everyone after is 15.
Yeah.
So you're still like just here I bought, at the same time I bought Green Arrow, which was like 17 quid.
Yeah.
Which I know is only 2 quid, but it's still like, hey, if it's one of those things, if you want to read a series, but you don't want to get scalped, like, you know, if you wanted to read Spider-Man or something like that, which is quite expensive now with all the films, or Captain America or anything.
Or just with the Disney license in
charge. Or the Disney license in charge, yeah. If you just want something that's really enjoyable, dark, and it won't break your bank, Spawn is great. It's, as I mentioned, there's going to be a film soon, so in like the next couple of years, So if it's a thing where you're kind of like, hey, I want to see what that's going to be like, and give it a chance.
Yeah, if anything, it'll just be like a nice little window into what the film could be like.
Yeah, 100%.
Like honestly, if you want to try and get into horror comics but haven't quite figured out where to start, just Spawn. And Walking Dead I'd recommend as well, because again, Image, £10 for the first issue, or Witches by Scott Snyder again. Like
yes,
that. Like, I mean,
genius.
I talk about this guy Tom Taylor being very good at writing horror. Scott Snyder had his bones in horror before he was working with DC.
Like he was on American Vampire and what else?
The Witches,
and like, to be fair, I'd almost call him a horror writer before I call him like a comic book writer.
I mean, that's why he works so well with Batman, because he has to invoke fear into the hearts of enemies. Like, because I mean, I was actually. Again, I've been on a bit of a horror comic spree. I was reading Batman Endgame recently.
Yeah, which...
not to be confused with the other Endgame.
You're making that joke from a slightly lesser position right now, mate. But, like, honestly...
there was this one page where, like, Jim is on the phone with Batman, and you just see these two menacing eyes.
Oh.
And it is just...
He's a great sense of horror patient.
I'm not even going to spoil it. Just read the goddamn book. That is about £15 at the moment. Pick it up. Like, but this is Horror Week.
Horror Week, straight up. Like, and it's not even Halloween, but straight up, 3 things I'd say we both suggest in terms of like horror books. If you're trying to get into like horror comics, or just into horror in general, because Spawn, Walking Dead, and to an extent, because it is really a horror book. Hellboy as well. I know I've talked miles about it, but it is written as a horror book. It's
horror fantasy.
Yeah, it's horror fantasy. It's literally written on the back of every Hellboy comic. Horror.
I'd actually sooner call it horror folklore. So yeah, that's
pretty much everything.
That's pretty much our recommendations for this week. Anyways. Spawn, Witches, DCeased,
just anything else.
Just literally. Give Image Comics a try for anything. It's the best way to actually delve into any sort of... If you want crime thriller, you can look at the first volume of Nailbiter, $10, £10.
If you're looking for like a different sort of stint on like the sort of different look at like comic book sort of comics, Invincible's another one that like I've heard a lot of people talking about. I want to get on too soon and see what it's like.
And then Invisibles by Morrison.
Invisibles by Morrison's another great one. Really, Image is one of those companies that you have to love. You can't give them any grief.
Yeah, like the thing about like Morrison comics is even when they're really trippy, it can be very divisive, but you might like it, you might hate it. Just pick one up or borrow one off a friend and just go through it in like a week or something. And if it's not your thing, give it back.
You just have to make your own mind up on it. Like
and the best way to do that, I think, is just delve into the Image £10 section. Start somewhere, because like you'll always know where the jumping point on is when the price is £10.
Yeah, if it's a thing where it has like no number, or it's just a thing of subtitle. Find a tenner.
Find the one that's £10.
Find the one that makes your wallet the happiest.
Yeah, exactly. That is your jump on point. Yeah. So anyways, I suppose we can leave it there.
Yeah, 100%. Stuff. Thank you. He dead. I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
Or am I DCeased?
Oh God. Stuff.
Like, comment, and subscribe to Staffcast for more of these Staffcasts. Stuff.
Vietnam.